Hello, I'm David Ringstrom, a CPA in Atlanta, and I have 20 thoughts and observations to share about teaching Microsoft Excel to students. One thing you're probably aware of, employers are frustrated because students are getting through college with inadequate Excel training. And there's a challenge because many times there's not enough time in class to teach the majors as well as teach Excel at the same time. Further, many times schools or instructors can assume that students already had that experience in high school. The experience they get in high school is typically with Google Sheets or maybe numbers on the Mac. Neither of those are equivalent to Excel, and most employers are going to want Excel, not experience with Google Sheets or numbers. Students get confused between the desktop version of Excel and Excel Online. They don't realize there's a difference. The Excel Online, it runs in your browser. It's free, but it's a very stripped down version of Excel and not what employers are going to expect students to be adept at. Mac versus Windows causes a challenge because about half the students are using Macs. Excel for Mac has about 90% of the functionality that's offered in Excel for Windows. So if you're writing an assignment for Excel for Windows, make sure that you look for any differences on Excel for Mac. Otherwise, the students really get tangled up. They don't know how to make that translation. Lots of students have no experience handling documents because of Google Sheets. In Google Sheets, you never have to actually work with a file. You're clicking a link, your spreadsheet shows up, every change you make is saved. There's really no risk. Excel is much different. You can easily lose your work or you can submit the wrong file. That's another reason students need experience with Excel. Now, when we look at ways to help them not turn in the wrong file, one approach I use is to save spreadsheets as an XLTX file. That's an Excel template file. We can do that on the File menu under Save As. And whenever they open the template file, it should, if they double click on it, will create a new worksheet that they have to save as a new name. Or you can include instructions that tell them they have to save it as an Excel workbook, and that way it minimizes the risk of them turning the blank workbook back in again. Cheating is most prevalent in the introductory level courses. Upper level courses have far less instances of that. Some anti-cheating mechanisms you might consider incorporating a unique ID number that students use in several places in the assignment. You can check the last authored by property, or an even more advanced technique is listed there on the screen. Spelling causes students lots of issues in Excel because either they misspell words such as February and then their formulas don't work, or they will bump the space bar and put an extra space in the sheet tab, or if that'll cause their formulas not to work because there's an extra space. That's hard for them to detect that they've done that. We used to give students handouts that had a step-by-step of the exercise. We quit doing that because we realized the students weren't watching the video training. They were just simply working from the PDF and just wrote following the steps rather than seeing the document, seeing the demonstrations and the tutorials on the screen. When trying to help students that have problems, we found that asking them to send a picture of their screen or submit their actual document makes that support much easier, particularly being able to see their screen depending on the issue. Always frustrating is students don't check email. They want to be contacted by text. So if you do email students, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, but lots of times they just don't want to check email. And more preaching to the choir, no matter how much time you give the students, lots of them are not going to start the assignment until a day or two before the due date. If you're writing assignments, Excel assignments for students, it can take 3 or 4 semesters to get it perfected based on the feedback that you get from the students. With experience, that drops down to 1 or 2 revisions, but there's very much an art in how much to incorporate into a given exercise. Kennesaw State has set up a pathway to certification where they're using 4 assignments in their curriculum over 4 semesters that prepare the students to take the Microsoft Office Specialist exam. Ways that we can help: StudentsExcel.com offers video-based Excel training courses that reinforce in-class learning. There's no cost to the school. The students pay $9.95 for the exercise. We handle all of the support. We handle all of the grading. And the assignments include an array of accounting assignments, but also for management courses, and custom assignments can be developed. If you'd like to see the assignments, if you go to video.studentsexcel.com, you can take a peek. Well, that's our presentation, and thank you.